Hi guys, my name is Cliff Lee, and I just wanted to go on a little bit more. Nothing in this book is true. Just going a little further into this next chapter here. I just wanted to get into the Pleadians, and we talked about the Greys last time. The Pleadians are almost the complete opposite. First, I'll start off a little bit about the Pleiadian history. They are descendants of the Lemurians, not Lemurians, the Lyrians. I'm sorry, and the Lyrians were involved in a galactic war, and their planet was almost destroyed. And on a verge to kind of escape, they ended up here on Earth. So when they came here, they founded Lemur, and they started this great civilization, which we still have a proof of today. So anyway. Going a little further, the Lyrians weren't always the nicest to the native people here on this planet. The people were brown-skinned, and the Lyrians at first treated the brown-skinned people as if they were lower and were really horrible towards them majority of the time. And because of that, their karma was to reincarnate on Earth constantly. So souls of Lyrian descent, or Lyrian souls, are incarnating as humans because it's part of their karma for treating the brown people on Earth so badly. And in addition to that, there was a point where half the Lyrians left, and they went on to find the Pleiades star system. And that's how you have the Pleadians. A majority of humanoid people, humanoid is very vague, but a majority of human-looking people are descendants of Lyrians, and about 2/3 of all Caucasian people on Earth are actually descendants of Lyrians. So anyway, the Pleiadians went on to the Pleiades, and they founded a star system there, and they live on the planet Era, and their star over there is Tajida. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sure somebody else out there or a Pleiadian will correct me. But now is a really fun time for the Pleiadians, because as it is for us, we're moving into the fourth dimension. The Pleiadians are moving into the fifth dimension, and they've been fourth dimensional for a couple 100,000 years. So it's nice that they're moving up, and we're moving into the fourth dimension as well. So a lot of Pleiadians aren't actually sticking around for us, although they are watching. The Pleiadians have a very hands-off approach to everything, especially when they were trying to really give us spirituality instead of technology, so that we could live at one with the world. When we really said, no, this is not what we want to do, and during the Granada Treaty, when we really sided with the Greys, that's when they kind of said, we need to take a step back and let this planet evolve on its own. So unfortunately, we are evolving at a pace in which the higher powers that be, if you will, want us to evolve at. So whereas most people, especially in the 60s, where you had this massive love and peace, these love and peace feelings, and everybody, really wanted to see people do better, it would have been a great time to introduce that state of mind and that higher state of spirituality at that point. But what we did is we went the technological realm. And it's interesting because Kennedy was actually aware of all of these different things happening, and he was pushing a lot of buttons, and the powers that be felt like Kennedy would be a great president because of his father, and that he would listen. But Kennedy didn't listen, and Kennedy was probably actually the last real president that we had, but unfortunately he didn't last very long. So anyway, sorry to get off subject. So the Pleiadians really are very loving. When you're in the fourth dimension, your height changes. So in the third dimension, this is where we're at now. The first and second dimension, you are shorter, but you know more. So you're shorter and you know more, and in the in the third dimension, you're taller and you know less, your eye is closed, but you need to be in the third dimension in order to get to the fourth dimension, and not just numerically, but you have to be closed, and you have to go through X amount of pain and realization, because what we have to do is we're here on Earth to experience every different type of living situation that there is to experience. So you start off with this all-knowing and this beautiful state of mind, and then you go down into a third dimensional level, and you really experience a hardship in a different way. And we've all gone through many different lifetimes where we were burned as witches, or we were suffocated, or we were slaves. In this lifetime, we were it's really important that everybody realizes that there is no black, there is no white, there's no Asian, there's nothing, because inside there's only one, and we're all part of everything, because we had to live every kind of life possible, and it takes quite a long time for you to live every kind of life. So the worst things have happened to all of us, and the best things have happened to all of us. We were all at one point a part of royalty, and we were all homeless. So just getting that out there. So back to the Pleadians. They're fifth dimensional. In the fifth dimension, you are about 12 to 14, maybe 16 feet tall. Not now dealing with the fifth dimension specific physical traits. Their specific traits are they're tall, they're very, very pale skin, they have long blonde hair, large blue eyes, bigger than the average human being. And they have very refined features. So that's what everybody who comes into contact with Pleadian, they say that they have very refined features, very much like a model. So